So with quadratic equations, not quadratic, radical equations, our first goal is to get the radical by itself. Once we do that, we do inverse operation and square both sides. So we get 8x equals x squared. Now that we've done that, we've actually created a quadratic equation. So we're going to get everything on one side and factor. I'm going to move it to where the x squared is so that it stays positive. So you get 0 equals x squared minus 8x. And then if you like it on the left, you can just switch it around. So to factor that, we have a common factor of x. So you get x and x minus 8. So x equals 0, x minus 8 equals 0, or x equals 8. Now we need to check for extraneous solutions. It may be that neither of our solutions work. It may be that one works. It may be that both works. We have to check them to see. So we're going to try this one first. If we change x to 0, we have x times 0 equals 0. 8 times 0 is 0. Square root of 0 is 0. So that one does work. Now let's try 8. You get square root of 8 times 8 should equal 8. 8 times 8 is 64. 8 equals 8. So that one works also. Okay, we have the radical by itself. So we're ready to square both sides. Now this is a binomial. So when we square the first term, double the product. V times negative 5 is negative 5v, doubled is negative 10v, and then square the last term. And then remember, when you square a radical, the square and the radical cancel, pulling out the radicand. We now have a quadratic equation again. Let's move these to the other side. Notice I'll line them up with the like terms. So v squared minus 8v plus 15 equals 0. We now factor v minus 5, v minus 3 equals 0. So v minus 5 equals 0, v minus 3 equals 0. V equals 5, v equals 3. Now we need to check to see if these actually work or if they're extraneous. So let's try the 5 first. 5 minus 5 should equal square root of 10 minus 2 times 5 in a radical. 5 minus 5 is 0. 2 times 5 is 10. 10 minus 10 is 0, and the square root of 0 is 0. So this one checks, that one works. Now we're going to try the 3. So 3 minus 5 equals square root of 10 minus 2 times 3. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. And it really doesn't matter what else is going over here. Because you have that negative, this doesn't work. You cross that off. So our only answer is 5. Before we square both sides, we need to get the radical by itself. So we subtract 8. So a minus 8 equals square root of 43 minus 6a. Now we're ready to square both sides. So we square the first term here, double the product. 8 times a doubled is minus 16a, and then square the last, plus 64. Then here the square and the radical cancel, giving you 43 minus 6a. So we subtract 43, add the 6a. So a squared minus 10a plus 21 equals 0. So the factors are 21, 3 times 7, we'll add. So the factors of 21, 3 times 7, also add to 10. So a minus 3, a minus 7 equals 0, a minus 3 equals 0, a minus 7 equals 0. So a equals 3, a equals 7. Now we need to check each of these. We'll do the 3 first. So 3 should equal 8 plus the square root of 43 minus 6 times 3, which is 18. So 3 equals 8 plus 43 minus 18. 3 equals 8 plus square root of 25. And the square root of 25 is 5. So 3 equals 13. That is not true. Does not work. So let's try the other one. Let's try 7. 7 equals 8 plus square root of 43 minus 6 times 7. So 7 equals 8 plus, then you have 43 minus 42. 7 equals 8 plus square root of 1. 7 equals 8 plus 1, which is 9. That's not true either. Neither one of our answers work, which means it is no solution, because nothing actually works with this one.